The old post office stood empty, its shelves filled with forgotten letters. One day, a young woman found a dusty envelope, addressed to a name she didn't recognize. Curious, she opened it, and a tale of love and loss unfolded. The letter changed her life, revealing a hidden connection to the past. While cleaning his grandfather's study, Tom found a strange golden compass. Unlike a normal compass, its needle pointed toward a place marked home. Curious, Tom followed its direction, which led him to a hidden garden filled with rare flowers and a fountain that sparkled under the sunlight. There, he found a letter addressed to him, written by his grandfather years ago. Every night, Clara noticed a shadow moving outside her window. One night, she decided to follow it. The shadow led her to an old library she had never seen before. Inside, she found a book with her name on it. When she opened it, the pages were blank, but as she touched them, words began to appear, telling the story of her future. On a camping trip, Jack found an old lantern in the woods. When he lit it, the lantern emitted a soft, blue light. Suddenly, the forest around him came alive with glowing plants and animals. A voice from the lantern said, "You have been chosen to protect this magical place." From that day on, Jack became the guardian of the enchanted forest. During a beach vacation, Anna heard a beautiful melody coming from the ocean. She followed the sound and found a seashell that seemed to sing. When she held it to her ear, the shell told her a story about a lost underwater city. Determined to find it, Anna began her journey, guided by the shell's mysterious song. In a quiet village, there was a clockmaker who never spoke. One day, he gave a small, intricately designed pocket watch to a young boy named Leo. The watch had the power to slow down time for a few moments. Leo used it to help others, but he soon realized that every time he used it, a part of his own time was taken away. While hiking, Emma stumbled upon a tree with carvings that looked like ancient symbols. When she touched them, she was transported into the memories of people who had lived in the forest centuries ago. She learned about their lives, their struggles, and their connection to the land. When she returned, she felt a deep respect for the forest and its history. One rainy day, Max folded a paper boat and set it adrift in a stream. To his surprise, the boat didn't sink. Instead, it floated downstream and led him to a hidden cave. Inside, he found a treasure chest filled with old letters and maps. The letters were written by his great-grandfather, who had been an explorer. In the center of town, there was a bell that hadn't rung in over 100 years. One day, a young girl named Lily climbed the tower and gently touched the bell. To everyone's amazement, it rang softly, and the sound carried a message of hope and unity. From that day on, the bell became a symbol of the town's spirit. One night, while gazing at the moon, Sam noticed something strange. The moon's reflection in the lake wasn't moving with the waves. Curious, he reached out to touch it and was pulled into a world where the moon was a living being. The moon told him about the balance of light and darkness and gave him a small, glowing stone to remember their meeting. While walking in the woods, Sarah found a path overgrown with vines. She decided to clear it and follow it. The path led her to an abandoned cottage filled with old paintings. One of the paintings looked exactly like her. As she stared at it, she felt a strange connection to the person in the painting, as if it was a part of her own story. In a small museum, there was a glass butterfly that seemed to shimmer in the light. One day, a boy named Alex noticed that the butterfly's wings moved slightly. When he touched it, the butterfly came to life and led him to a hidden garden where time stood still. There, he met a girl who had been waiting for someone to find her for centuries. During a school trip, Mark and his friends discovered a cave that echoed their voices in strange ways. When Mark whispered his name, the echo replied with a different name. Curious, they explored deeper and found ancient carvings that told the story of a boy who had disappeared in the cave long ago. Carvings seemed to be speaking directly to Mark. In the middle of a park, there was a tree known as the wishing tree. People would write their wishes on pieces of paper and tie them to its branches. One day, a girl named Nora wrote a wish and tied it to the tree. The next morning, she found her wish had come true, but the tree had lost one of its leaves. She realized the tree was giving a part of itself to grant wishes. While exploring an old mansion, Mia found a door hidden behind a bookshelf. Behind the door was a library filled with books that no one had ever heard of. Each book contained stories from different worlds. As she read, she noticed that the stories began to change based on her thoughts and feelings. The library seemed to be alive, responding to her imagination. In a small coastal town, there was a market that appeared only once a year, floating on the water. No one knew where it came from, but the items sold there were magical. One year, a girl named Lena bought a small, glowing jar. When she opened it, she was transported to a world where the market's vendors lived, and they revealed the secret of its origin. A young artist named Clara often dreamed of a beautiful landscape but could never paint it perfectly. One night, she fell asleep while painting and woke up inside her dream. She explored the landscape and met a mysterious figure who told her, "This place exists because of your imagination." When she woke up, her painting was complete and it looked exactly like her dream. On a mountain hike, Leo found a set of stones that made musical sounds when touched. He arranged them in a circle, and they began to play a melody that opened a hidden door in the mountainside. Inside, he found a cave filled with glowing crystals that seemed to hum along with the stone's song. In the heart of the city, there was a garden that no one could enter. One day, a boy named Sam found a key that unlocked its gate. Inside, he discovered that the plants grew in reverse, and the seasons changed every hour. The garden's caretaker, an old man, explained that the garden was a place where time flowed differently. Emma found an old mirror in her attic that showed her a different version of herself. The reflection smiled and said, "I can show you what you could become." Curious, Emma agreed, and the mirror showed her a future where she had achieved her dreams. But the reflection warned her, "This future is only possible if you believe in yourself." Every year, a small town held a lantern festival to honor the stars. One year, a girl named Mia released a lantern that didn't float away. Instead, it led her to a hidden grove where the stars seemed to gather. There, she met a star who thanked her for remembering them and granted her a single wish. While exploring an old library, Alex found a book with no title. When he opened it, the pages were blank, but as he read, words began to appear, telling the story of his life. The book also showed him moments from his future, but each page came with a warning: "The future is not fixed. Choose wisely." In a quiet village, there was a weaver who could create tapestries that told the future. One day, a young girl named Lily asked the weaver to make a tapestry for her. The weaver agreed but warned, "The future I show you may not be what you expect." When the tapestry was finished, it revealed a path Lily had never imagined for herself. Every evening, an old man would sit on a hill and paint the sky. People thought he was just an eccentric artist, but one day a boy named Noah followed him and discovered that the man's paintings came to life at night. The stars and clouds he painted would appear in the sky, creating breathtaking scenes. In an old music shop, there was a piano that no one could play. One day, a girl named Sophie touched the keys and a beautiful melody filled the room. The shopkeeper told her, "That melody has been waiting for you." As Sophie played, she felt as if the music was telling her a story from another time. A boy named Max found a small mechanical bird in his grandfather's workshop. When he wound it up, the bird came to life and led him to a hidden room filled with other clockwork creatures. The bird explained, "We were created to protect this place, but we need your help to keep it safe." A boy named Max found a small mechanical bird in his grandfather's workshop. When he wound it up, the bird came to life and led him to a hidden room filled with other clockwork creatures. The bird explained, "We were created to protect this place, but we need your help to keep it safe." In a small town, there was a glassblower who created beautiful, fragile sculptures. One day, a girl named Clara noticed that one of the sculptures seemed to glow. When she touched it, the glass came to life and showed her a vision of a hidden treasure buried beneath the town. A boy named Liam often heard whispers when he walked through the woods near his home. One day, he decided to follow the sound and found a tree with a hollow trunk. Inside, he discovered a small, glowing orb that seemed to pulse with energy. The whispers grew louder, telling him, "You are the chosen one." In an old bookstore, a girl named Anna found a quill that could write on its own. When she used it, the quill began to write a story about her life, but it also added details she didn't know. As she read, she realized the quill was revealing secrets about her family's past. One night, a boy named Jack saw a bridge made of moonlight stretching across a river. When he crossed it, he found himself in a world where the moon never set. The people there told him, "You can stay as long as you like, but you must return before the moon fades." While exploring a cave, Mia found a crystal that glowed in the dark. When she touched it, the cave walls lit up, revealing ancient carvings that told the story of a lost civilization. The crystal whispered, "You are the first to find us in centuries." Every night, a shadow appeared in Emma's room. First, she was afraid, but one night the shadow spoke. It said, "I am not here to scare you. I am here to guide you." The shadow led her to a hidden place where she found a gift that changed her life. In an old clock shop, there was a clock that no one could fix. One day, a boy named Leo tried to repair it, and the clock began to tick. As it ticked, the hands moved backward, and Leo found himself reliving moments from his past. Clock showed him that some moments were worth remembering. One night, a girl named Sophie saw a shooting star land in her backyard. When she went to investigate, she found a small, glowing creature that said, "I am a messenger from the stars. I have a message for you." The message was a riddle that led her to a hidden treasure. In an antique shop, a boy named Max found a mirror that showed him different versions of himself. Each reflection had a different life, and Max realized that the mirror was showing him the paths he could take. The mirror whispered, "Choose wisely, for each path leads to a different future." While cleaning her grandmother's attic, Lily found a door hidden behind an old wardrobe. When she opened it, she found a room filled with treasures from her family's past. Among the treasures was a letter addressed to her, revealing a secret that had been kept for generations. One night, a boy named Jack followed a path of stars that appeared in the sky. The path led him to a hidden valley where the stars seemed to gather. There, he met a star who told him, "You have been chosen to protect the light of the stars." In an old music box, a girl named Anna found a song that no one had ever heard. When she played it, the music filled the room with light, and she was transported to a world where the song had been created. The composer of the song told her, "This song was meant for you." In an old music box, a girl named Anna found a song that no one had ever heard. When she played it, the music filled the room with light, and she was transported to a world where the song had been created. The composer of the song told her, "This song was meant for you." One summer evening, a girl named Ella followed a firefly that glowed brighter than the others. It led her to a hidden meadow where hundreds of fireflies danced in the air. In the center of the meadow was a small, glowing pond. When Ella touched the water, she saw visions of her happiest memories. The fireflies whispered, "This place holds the light of joy. Carry it with you always." While cleaning out his attic, Tom found an old, dusty map with strange symbols. When he touched it, the map came to life, showing him places from his childhood. Each location held a memory he had forgotten. The map seemed to guide him, as if it wanted him to revisit those moments and remember who he truly was. In a village where the sky was always gray, a boy named Noah invented a machine to catch clouds. One day, he caught a cloud that was different. It sparkled like gold. When he released it, the cloud floated up and turned the entire sky into a canvas of colors. The villagers cheered, and Noah realized he had brought light back to their world. In a small seaside town, there was an old lighthouse that no longer worked. One night, a girl named Mia found a lantern inside the lighthouse that glowed with a strange light. When she lit it, the lighthouse came back to life and the lantern whispered, "You are the new keeper. The light must never go out." A girl named Lily received a dream catcher from her grandmother, who said it would protect her from bad dreams. One night, Lily had a dream so vivid it felt real. In the dream, she met a spirit who told her, "This dream catcher is more than it seems. It can show you the dreams of others." From that day on, Lily used the dream catcher to help people understand their own dreams. After a rainstorm, a boy named Sam saw a rainbow that seemed to touch the ground. Curious, he followed it and found a pot of glowing dust at its end. When he touched the dust, it sparkled and formed shapes in the air, showing him visions of a world where colors had their own voices. The rainbow whispered, "Take this gift and share its magic." In an old bookstore, a girl named Emma found a diary that belonged to a time traveler. As she read it, the words began to change, describing events from her own life. The diary ended with a blank page and a note, "Your story is yet to be written. Where will you go next?" One night, a boy named Leo saw a star fall from the sky and land in his backyard. When he approached it, the star transformed into a small, glowing creature. It said, "I am a messenger from the stars. I have come to show you the wonders of the universe." Creature took Leo on a journey through the cosmos, showing him planets and galaxies he had never imagined. In the middle of a forest, there was a fountain that no one had seen in centuries. One day, a girl named Clara stumbled upon it and noticed that the water sparkled like diamonds. When she drank from it, she heard a voice say, "This water holds the memories of the earth. Drink wisely, for you will carry its stories." Sophia found an old key to a closed theater. Inside, dusty instruments began playing on their own, creating a magical symphony. Shadows of past performers danced as a voice said, "You are the conductor now." Sophia reopened the theater, bringing its music back to life.